Welcome back. So in this lecture, it's time to start designing our store and making it unique to us. In the previous lecture, we've chosen our theme, and the theme is basically a template, a design template for our store. In this lecture, we're going to get into more details and make it look the way we want it to look. So the first thing we're going to do is move down to online store. We always start off at the back end, and we're going to click on the eye. Now we've had a look at our store before. We know what it looks like. There's not a lot of interesting things going on. In this lecture, we're going to focus on updating this part. That is the first experience that people are going to have when they end up on your store. Later on, we're going to move down and change up all of these things, but it's going to be a good idea to have product before we start changing up the feature product section and all of these things. So first things first, we're going to design their initial experience of your store. A lot of people, they are going to go to your store directly and end up on your homepage. This is your homepage. So we need to make sure that when they land on this homepage, the first thing that they see, they're gonna go, aha, I'm in the right place, or oh, this is something for me. If we use too many random things, or we're just basically putting up things that are wasting their time, they're not gonna stay here or click on the button to shop, they're just gonna leave. So we need to optimize this and design it to show them, hey, this store is exactly what you're looking for. So let's go back here, and then we're gonna click on online store. Now we've chosen our theme last time called Dawn, and now it's time to start customizing Dawn. We're going to go to the right and click on customize. And in here, it gets really interesting because we can get to the nitty-gritty of things. First things first, we need to decide which page we want to be playing with. Currently, we have a couple of pages, but we haven't been checking too many out. There's no point in going through products or collections or anything else before we actually have any products, before we actually start making any articles, etc. So we're just going to keep this at homepage for now and start designing our homepage. Now, if you look to the left, basically all of the look customization, the look of the store itself when it comes to different spacings and positioning is going to be changed and designed here. For example, if I like this image banner that's right here, and that would be this image banner, I would just keep it as it is. But if I don't like it, I don't want it to be visible, I can click on this eye here and it's going to completely disappear. If I click on the eye again, it's going to be visible and it's going to be on top. If I don't like the position of it, all I need to do is go here, click and hold, and then just drag it down. Let's say down here, for example. So now we have something else, talk about your brand on top, and then we have this part that's called the image banner part down here. But I'm just gonna pull this up because I think this is a great beginning. So first things first, looking at this page, the one thing that stands out is that we have an announcement part that says, welcome to our store. That's very sweet, but that's also a waste. If we had something here that we might be using later, such as use the code Robin and Jesper for a 25% discount, then it makes sense to be using this space. But right now, just welcoming someone, that is a waste of space. You have to remember, not everyone is gonna be on a desktop. Some people are going to be on mobile phones as well. And if we go to the right here and we click up here where we can see the desktop and we change it to mobile, you can see that you get a completely different look on a cell phone. And look how much top space this is wasting, doing literally nothing. While we could be using our logo here to show our brand, a menu, we could be showcasing, a product or tell them what this page is all about, and a big shopping button. We want to put the focus on what's important. So we're gonna remove this top bar. I'm also gonna change this back to desktop. There we go. So I'm going to move over to announcement bar, click on it, and then where it says welcome to our store, I'm gonna click on this eye and then whoops, and it's gonna be gone. Perfect. Next thing we're gonna do is we're going to start customizing this. For customizations, we need to think, what is our store about? And our store is going to be a general store, which is going to allow us to try on different products, which is gonna show which are the best sellers, which we then can develop into niche stores, etc. But that's all for later on. Right now, we need to know that this is gonna be a general store. And to have a general store, you need to have a neutral outlook on the store. So the first thing we're going to do is move down here to image banner. You can see that the image banner is this whole section in order to play with these different parts like the title, like the body text and the button. So I'm just gonna expand it here and I'm going to keep my mouse on here. And I'm gonna put on a first image. And to do this, we need to actually have a good image. So if I click on first image here and I click on select, you can see that there is an image here. There's not gonna be for you. That's because I did a little pre-work to find a good image to save us both some time. The way this works is that we're going to go into free images and start looking for something neutral that is going to be suitable for us. And here you have different themes that they're offering. And if you think this is a little bit too narrow and a little bit too difficult, for example, if I click on staff favorites, you can see the images, but they're not in very, they're very small images. It's crowded in here. You can scroll all the way down and then see where it says these images are provided by Burst. Click on Burst down here, and it's going to open this entire page. And it's basically the same thing. You can start going through the images here, just you have a bigger resolution so you can really check them out. You don't need to, but it's a way to have a bigger resolution to check them out. Now, the benefit of using one of these images is that these are optimized for Shopify. They have the highest quality with the smallest size, meaning your store is going to be super fast if you choose one of these. So how do you choose a good image or category? Well, this is very personal and up to you, but personally, I like to use something like, if I write in shopping, for example, that's a pretty neutral thing. So I want to give them a neutral feeling with a strong message, because this is a general store. You're gonna find, well, not everything under the sun, but with a lot of variety, and that's gonna be our way to try out different products. So if I choose something super niche, like maybe a punk image or a gothic image or a tech image, that's gonna give the wrong vibe to the customer. So going with something neutral in the beginning is going to be the safest bet, because we're going to have a variety of products. So I've just typed in shopping. It's just a good search term to use here. And most of these are going to be good, but I found this beforehand. I actually really like this. And all I need to do is click on the image and it's going to be selected. And it's going to be high quality and it's going to be ready to use. So it's super, super, super simple to find images for Shopify, and they're completely optimized, so we don't have to worry about anything. Then I'm gonna click on select. Now, from here, I can start customizing this a little bit. As you can see, it's slightly dark because it has an overlay. And if I want less overlay, I would just go down like this. But as you can tell, if you're not using an overlay, then the message itself gets a little bit harder to read. And the important part isn't the image. The important part is actually the message and the button, the call to action, because we're gonna tell them what to do here. So this is just to give the customer a feeling. So I'm gonna go with 40%, which is the default. And as you can see, now suddenly this text is much easier to read. So that's pretty good to do. And then we have a lot of different things that we can change here. And for now, I think this looks good. I might come back and change some things later on. If we go to the left, now we play with the image banner itself. If I click on, you can see there's a big T here for text. We can play around with this one. And this is going to basically be your slogan or the first message that you want to give your customers. And for us, we're gonna keep it neutral. We're gonna use something like shop till you drop. Just a nice slogan that this is a shop where it's all about great prices. Hence our store name as well, R&J Deal, is a place to find great deals. This is how we're going to promote ourselves as a great general store, high quality products to low prices. And we can change the heading size to medium. We can go small, but I'm going to want to go large with this one. Okay. Then we're going to go down to the body, and the body is going to be this piece of text down here. I'm going to click on it, and then we have the description, and we can change this to anything. I'm going to call it, let's see, shop, something like I said before, high quality products at great prices. There we go. And that's literally what this store is all about. We're offering high quality products to low prices. What's not to like? And we don't need to change the text style at all. You can have an uppercase or use a big subtitle look, but we're going to use the body look and then move down to button. And this is where it gets important, because this is the first thing they see when they land on our site. What do we want them to do? Well, we want them to start shopping, okay? Right now it says shop all, but we could call it, for example, click to shop. Something like that, because that gives them a call to action as well. Oh, I need to click to start shopping. Well, I'm here for the shopping, so I'm going to click. Makes sense. And when we write in this is just the name of the button right here. But here is where it's going to actually be taking them. And right now it's set to all products. But later on, we could set it to a collection, to a specific product. We could take them to a specific page, even to a blog post. We're not going to do that because we're a store. But we have our own customizations that we can use here. here. We can use an outline button or not. I like to use the outline button. And there's nothing more we need to be playing around here. Now understand, this is just the beginning of your store. This is just the first starting look. Later on, when you start importing products that we're going to do in a couple of upcoming lectures later on in the course, and you start making money on your store, you're going to notice that one product is selling much better than the other products. That product you might want to put at the top of your landing page, on your home page, because rather than just having a generic look that we're going to go with from the very beginning, why not showcase your best-selling product right away with a button that says click to shop, and if they click there, you can just change it up and take them to that specific product right away. So that's a really good way to go about things, but in order to have a best-selling product to put on your homepage, you need to actually have products and you need to actually have a bestseller, and that's going to come later on. So we're just talking ideas here. This is going to be the best possible starting point for your store. So I'm really liking this look. I'm liking everything about it so far. What I don't like is that your eyes almost all the time goes to the middle of the screen and we have the text down here. So what we're looking at is giving them the feeling, a neutral feeling with the image, and then we want them to read this, understand the message, and then click to shop. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to image banner here. I'm going to go down, and here it says desktop content position. I'm going to click there. It says bottom center. It is at the bottom at center, and I'm going to click on middle center, and it's going to pop up to the middle center just like that. And as you can see, there's a lot of different things we can be playing around with, like the desktop content alignment, if you want a different alignment for desktop versus the alignment for mobile. But right now we're just going to use the center. And just to make sure that everything looks good on the mobile as well, we're going to go to the upper right here and we're going to click on mobile, and we can see, okay, this is the way it looks like right now. Shop till you drop, shop high quality products at great prices. Click to shop. There you go. Best possible starting point right now. I'm gonna go back to desktop. So once we're happy with this, and I'm super happy with this right now, we're going to start playing around with all of these things later on. I'm going to move to the upper right corner and click on save. So now we have a saved store. And if we go back to our store and look like this was what we started with, and just a couple of minutes later, if I refresh this page, this is how it looks like right now. And that's quite a difference, isn't it? So it's very clean. There's not a lot going on, and that's exactly what we're looking for. And once again, this is a starting point. Later on, when we start getting best-selling products, when we know which product of ours that's the best one, we can put that in here rather than a neutral text. But for now, we don't have that. So when people come here, we just want them to see what we have to offer, click to shop, and we're gonna show them all of our products. Fantastic. Make sure that you design your own store in the same way as me. You can choose your own images, of course, but make sure we're on the same pace so we can move on to the next lecture and continue building the store together. See you in the next lecture.